Episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of the Nak Muay. Go check it out.
On this episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast, I have Mark Beecher coming to us from Houston, Texas. Mark is not originally from Houston. You'll learn that he's actually been all over the world: Hawaii, Nevada, Colorado. This dude's been everywhere. He's very heavily involved in the roots of American Muay Thai. Also in the development of MMA and striking in MMA with training people such as Forrest Griffin, Matt Immortal Brown. I think he's even trained like Wanderlei Silva at some point. He trained tons of people that have been like high-level UFC fighters. He's been featured as a coach on the Ultimate Fighter TV show. But I met Mark at one of my first fights I had out of state at Master Tali's gym in Las Vegas. I have a picture. I'll have to find it, where he's in the background while I'm getting my hands taped. It's crazy. So like this guy had been around multiple times. He's taped my hands for fights before when I didn't have somebody tape my hands. And yeah, I've known Mark for a long time. So I've just seen him in the warm-up rooms for a lot of events when he's scoring people like Kevin Ross, Chaz Mulkey, Joe Schilling. And, you know, seeing him at multiple events, tournaments. He brought up Sammy Manganya, who we've had here on the podcast as well, or he helped develop him further towards like a pro fighter. And they're still friends too. So Sammy went and opened his own gym. If you've listened, you know, you'll hear a lot about the backstory behind Mark, as well as what he's been up to, his gym, Hyena Muay Thai. And I think it's actually technically in Katy, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a great episode. All right, so you're really going to enjoy it. Before I get into it, though, I want to talk about Black Room at Deep Studios. If you enjoy the content of this podcast, you will definitely enjoy the value that you get out of the Black Room and being a member of the Black Room. What it is it's a subscriber-based way to support the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast and want it to continue, I'm asking for your help. And in exchange, you're going to get an underground view of Muay Thai, American Muay Thai, as well as within Thailand. We have people who are now working on the ground in Thailand that are helping us get media, content, all that stuff. We're posting it there on Black Room, as well as behind-the-scenes footage of the podcast recordings. When we're recording, after I stop recording for stuff that we broadcast, we put some subscriber-based only content on there. So you're going to really get a lot of value out of that subscription. Okay, it's not just supporting the podcast. We also have podcast subscriber only merchandise that's coming out as well here in 2024. So you have to be a part of the Black Room in order to get access to that. So I'm asking you for your help on that. But I know that it's not so much of you helping me. It's going to be us giving you a ton of value that you're going to get and just enjoy it. And it's only $5 a month. All right, you can cancel it anytime. Every little bit counts. Please go join it. The link is down in the show notes. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's down there below. All right. Anyways, sit back and enjoy the show. All right, we're here with the Mark Beecher coming to us from Texas.
Yeah.
So, hey, nice shirt, by the way. I just noticed.
Yeah, Eric Haycraft, bro. Real Dutch style. I like Eric Haycraft, man. He has good stuff. Really good.
Yeah, well, he has his promotion now that he has going on out there. Is it real?
Yeah, and it's good, man. I mean, they're doing a bunch of shows too.
Yeah.
So it's good.
And I know his goal is to get like younger guys on it too, or younger kids, like teenagers, up and comers.
Yeah, I think he wants to push the sport to where we can grow more. Because if you start when you're a teenager and you keep going, then when you get, adult age, you'll be really good.
Yeah,
that's what I hope he's doing. I mean, that's what I think.
And well, he's definitely been somebody that's been in the game for a freaking long ass.
Yeah, dude, a long time. Yeah,
a long time. Well, For those that don't know who you are, man, I sent you pictures before where you're like in the background when I'm like a Muay Thai baby at like 18 years old. As smokers at Master Toddy, he's like giving the fucking Beecher face in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Chaz was fighting in a smoker over there, or one of my other guys. I don't know.
Somebody. But
I've been around a long time. Too long.
Dude,
long time.
You've been in the warm up room at a lot of fights where you're cornering people. I was fighting or cornering people. And of course, you've been doing this a long fucking time. It was one of those things that, I was kind of like, oh, this guy is somebody that like I should talk to more.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me. Oh yeah, I'm in. I like to learn stuff. Oh yeah.
And I went out and visited your gym out in Drink Coast.
I know, dude. Like I was saying, dude, you do more than most people I've ever met. You were just in town for a layover. And cabbed over to my gym. Man, that's what fucking is awesome, dude.
Yeah. Well, it was like I was there. I had to get there early in the morning for like a visa thing. And I was going to just be there like 8 hours. I'm like, hey, you in town? You're like, yeah, cruise by. So you just went out there, hung out for the day and saw your guys and saw your gym setup, which is fucking dope.
Thanks, man. Dude, I built this gym and opened in June of 2020.
June of 2020. So just perspective, shit was shut down, right?
Everything was shut down. And the people that own the place that I rent at the time were like that dude in Goodfellas, fuck you. You better have my money. And I was like, dude, I spent all my money building the place. And they were like, sorry, rent's due on the 1st. So I opened, dude. And luckily, it was hard, but luckily I made it.
Yeah, you're still there and serving your people and stuff, man. Doing your thing.
Better now, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, much better. I've been seeing you started doing like some smokers and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we try to compete as much as we can, but Texas laws are so... Dude, okay, so Jonathan Harris is a promoter out here. He does Texas Muay Thai championships. It took him 3 years and a lot of money to get a promoter license, of going through the right channels and all that. 3 years, dude. So we have to do smokers to where there's no winner and it's just sparring, that way we can compete, and that's what we do.
Nice. Well, talking about this is like, you're somebody who was in Las Vegas, used to be you just do a smoker.
Yeah. Well, dude, Las Vegas would send Charlie. You know Charlie, the commission guy that twitches?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a cool guy, right? They would send Charlie out there, make you pay the commission like $50. You have to have paramedics and you have to have, rule set and all that and judges and done. $50, go have some fights.
It's simple.
Yeah, it's a fight town though, man. They're like,
oh, they want to make it happen because they want the activity there because they might turn it bigger.
Yeah, and it does. UFC's from Vegas, like all this stuff's from Vegas.
Look how many people were at those smokers that are in the UFC now.
Yeah, a bunch. I know.
So
sure.
Speaking of like UFC, like I was just posting a video of you. It was like on the Ultimate Fighter TV show.
Yeah.
That was
season 7.
Yeah.
And it was the first season where they fought to get in the house. So nobody knew that they were going to fight. And when I went in there, I started counting these guys and I'm like, hey man. And they go, what? Did they tell you guys to come close to weight? And they were like, yeah. I go, y'all are fighting today. And everybody got this look on their face like, what? I go, all y'all are fighting today. And they were like, nuh-uh. And yeah, they all fought that day.
Yeah. Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah, right? Man, we fought that day and winners stayed and losers went home. That's it.
Yeah, and seeing the evolution of that show, like who are the coaches? Was it Rampage Jackson?
And Rampage versus Forrest
Griffin, who you were coaching and stuff like that.
I coached Forrest, yeah.
And I'm sure that you ran into Rampage at some point because he was training at Rex's gym. Like he was.
Well, dude, I knew Rampage before I knew Forrest.
Yeah, because
I was in California, and I trained out at I forgot what it was called, Huntington Beach Training Center or I don't know. Tito trained out there,
Okay.
and I wanted to do MMA back then, and it was lame, so I just started doing Muay Thai. And I met Rampage, and we hung out, and like he's a super cool guy, but I've known him a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, seeing like, what? I just realized my fucking microphone is backwards. Come on, man. Jonathan, that's why you're quiet, man. Hey, while I do get volume, I don't always get it perfect.
Now I got some volume. There you go.
Yo, what's up, baby? So, kind of breaking that down, going in, let's rewind a little bit.
Okay.
How'd you get into martial arts, man?
Man, so it kind of breaks it down, not really, but on that little video of the World Championships, I saw the Ultimate Fighter #1 and 2. I think 2 was the first one I saw. And it was like, what martial art really works and what doesn't? Let's fucking go. I'm like, I'm down. Let's see what really works,
Yeah.
And we found out what works and what doesn't. And then I moved to Oklahoma City, and there was a gym, Lovato's. If you don't know who Rafael Lovato is, yeah, he was a bad dude. He is a bad dude, but his dad used to teach there. And it said NHB, which is no holds barred. That's what MMA used to be called.
Yeah.
And it said Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I pulled over and I went in there and I signed up. That was it.
Yeah, like I'm in.
Yep, I'm in. I'm doing it. Yeah.
But so you didn't do any martial arts or anything like that before that?
Man, when I was a kid, I did some Taekwondo, I think. But it was in like a super ghetto neighborhood where I lived. And some kid kicked me. And when I was a kid, I used to like snap, right? Yeah, my emotions were fucking crazy when I was a kid. And they said, I don't remember, but they said I grabbed that kid by his hair and cracked him in the nose. And they were like, you can't do that. I go, why? We're fighting.
Yeah, like why can't I do that?
Yeah, so I got kicked out.
What was this? Because was this in Hawaii?
No, I think this was. I don't remember. I was a kid, dude.
You lived in Hawaii for a bit too, right?
I lived in Hawaii. Most of my growing up life, I lived in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And for everybody that's thinking it's like, oh, palm trees and beaches and shit, dude. I grew up in Aiea, dude. I went to Aiea High School. Look at your face when I said that. When I tell people from Hawaii, I went to Aiea, plus I'm Haole too. They're like, bro. Oh, I was like, yeah, I got beat up every day. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, in like the most ghetto school too.
Dude, that's brutal. Yeah, for those that don't know, like it's like, yeah, they see Waikiki and shit like that,
Yeah.
but
You see beaches, and that's what you think Hawaii is. But it's a city too, and there's ghetto in the city. You know what I mean? So that's where I live. That's where I went.
yeah, I remember you told me that. I'm like, this is why I got along with you so well. Like, it's like the cultural thing where you get.
Right. When I first moved to the mainland, like people who didn't understand me because I grew up my whole life talking pidgin, and it was bad, dude. It was bad. They were like, "What?" My brother would just laugh. He'd just laugh. He don't know how to talk, bro. That boy,
Dude, the first time I heard pidgin as a kid, because like we grew up in California.
Yeah.
I remember asking my dad, I'm like, Dad, what's wrong with that guy? Like, is he soap or is that? He's like, no, it's pidgin. I'm like, what the fuck? And then like I started meeting more and more friends from Hawaii, and we did trips over there, and started hearing more and more. And I was like, oh, got it. It's a whole dialect. It's like an Ebonics, but for Hawaii.
Yeah, and it's just from what I read about it, it's just like people from Filipino people and Japanese people and it's just all their slang put together and then making like a slang English.
Yeah,
and I guess I just grew up like that. I thought it was normal, bro.
No one could understand you,
bro. I failed English every year till the end of high school. I failed English. Because it didn't, for me, I talked pidgin. It didn't.
Yeah, but why do I need to learn this? Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just like a little layer of the onion of Mark Beecher that I didn't know about. Just like hanging out and talking to you and stuff, man. I think a lot of people don't quite get it. And I talk about this a lot with people, that the people that are involved, like especially Muay Thai or just combat sports that have been around a long time, most of them have ties to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Most of them have
Well, bro,
ties. Yeah.
in Hawaii, you like scrap, bro? That's like saying hi to somebody, bro. You want to fight? That's like punch him in the mouth, dude. Fighting is just part of it, dude. Hawaiians, or people from Hawaii, they like to fight, dude.
Hawaiian.
Holloway wants to fight, bro. He got clipped, but whatever. You know what I mean?
He's good to go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that Holloway talked about, like he has like a secret power from Hawaii, and people didn't quite know what it was, and it's like, it's fucking poi, dude.
It's poi. You gotta have sugar, bro. That poi, I can't have it, man.
Yeah. So you know what's funny is, you know that poi can actually give you gout.
Poi?
Poi can give you gout. Apparently, it's very acidic. So you know Rich De Los Reyes from Hawaii. You know who he is?
Yeah.
So one of his guys was sitting there working at an event, and he's like telling me his gout, and then he was telling me how much he loved poi. I'm like, you know what? Let me look this up. And it's like leading cause of gout. It's like poi being one of the top ones in Hawaii. Yeah.
I thought it was like rich foods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you eat too much, man, I guess it builds up that acid from having gout, and it causes those like the swelling of the joints and all that stuff.
Man, I didn't know that.
Man,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but who knows if it actually is that, or if there's some kind of processing or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, America poisons our food anyway, right?
Yeah.
They do, man. They do. Like, I went to Switzerland, and all of their food. Look, I bought a vitamin water, right? And you turn it to the back, and you look at the ingredients, and it says food color, sugar, water. That's it. Because all that polysorbate fucking bullshit is illegal there. It's super illegal. So all their food is like, it's all natural stuff. It's crazy. Dude, Joe Schilling is texting me. Well, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's funny. Well, it's like, speaking of Joe Schilling, like where it came all that stuff, I think it was like, talking about sharing warm-up rooms, like, when they were doing stand-up promotions, I was fighting on it. You were cornering Joe and Kevin, stuff like that. You're helping out in the corner then.
Yeah.
I think Luke Chang was out with you guys and stuff too.
Yeah.
And also when Kevin Ross fighting Sanchai.
Yeah.
And then Joe Schilling fighting at M1, knocking out Cal Clay. I was ringside for that one. And you had your guy Nate Chambers.
Yeah, you got that spinning elbow.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit. That was the guy's head hit the rope right in front of my face and just like sweat.
Bro, that was crazy. So he hit him with the spinning elbow, right? And for me, my memory is from right then on, it's complete slow motion. So Daniel was standing there. He was knocked out, but he was standing up, dude.
Yeah.
So he was just like this and
Shout out to
just
Daniel
glazed over.
Yeah.
And I see my dude Nate just go and wind up the right hand and fucking bang. And look, dude didn't flinch, didn't look, just because he was asleep.
He's on his feet. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was some event, right? And then it was Miya Donza.
Romy hit that uppercut, boy. That boy was knocked out for like 3 minutes.
That was bad knocking.
Yeah, Romy punches hard, dude.
Yeah. Well, not only that is, I think that kid got knocked out like a few weeks prior, like at Channel 7 in Bangkok.
Oh, really?
And they didn't disclose it because he wouldn't have gotten cleared.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Thailand. Hey, you're gonna get paid. We're gonna go to America. Don't worry about it.
And they did all the rules to benefit all the Thais, dude.
Yeah. What do you mean?
2 minutes in between rounds so they can rest and all this shit. Like, and we were just like, no. And then they were like, we're going to do it. And there's nothing we could do. All right. You want to fight? Go do it.
Well, then the other fight on that card was Joe Schilling versus Cal Clay.
Yeah.
Ended Cal Clay's career. That was like one of his last times I've seen Cal Clay fight.
Bro, Joe hits hard. Like, I don't want to spar with Joe. Like, cause I don't want to get hit with that right hand there. No.
Well, this is what, I'm stoked he got all his redemption, because from then, like, because he wasn't a big shit talker before.
No,
when it came into public stuff. Like, people don't quite understand that the reason he started talking shit is because opportunities were getting yanked from him that he actually deserved, that he earned.
Oh, really?
On ranking.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah. Well, Artem Levin, was one of them.
He beat me up one time in sparring. He's good.
Yeah, Artem Levin.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's good.
So who hits harder then?
Well, they were being nice, dude. So I wouldn't. I don't want to like. I can't say that. I know.
It's like,
but I would believe Joe, but I don't know because we were sparring. We weren't fighting. You know.
So it kind of going to unwrap that was I don't think it was Joe. It was Artem Levin himself doing it. I think it was his manager.
Yeah. What they do?
Well, I know that Joe was supposed to be fighting for the I think it was the world title or Intercontinental, and it kept getting denied from him the fight it because I think Artem and like Steve Wakeling I think we're supposed to be fighting for it. I can't remember what, but what ended up happening is Joe's like, hey, I'll step up, I'll take the fight, and then because I think Steve Wakeling dropped out, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right
because of injury, and Joe said, I'll fight Artem. Yeah, okay. 3 weeks notice. Yeah, put me in. And then they're like, oh, well, he has a knee injury. He's going to get knee surgery now. It's like, what?
Well, then interim title, get out.
Yeah. So they did this stuff, right? But it's like, it was kind of shysty. And I saw it happen. It happened more than once. And then that's when he started talking shit because it's like, all right, fine, I'll be the bad guy that people want to fight. So that way it looks really bad when they say no.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks about talking shit is when you get to the point that you're like that fucking Kid Cope dude, like you're just a shit talker, and the only reason you're getting anything is because you're a shit talker.
So you gotta unwind the Kid Cope thing.
Nah, I don't want to talk about that fucking douche.
Okay. Well, I would say that.
Okay, the only thing is, look, he based his life off of talking shit, and it worked for him. So he's never gonna stop. So remember that TV show he was on where they talk shit about videos? Mm. He was talking shit. That's what he got paid to do. And then he talked his way all the way into the UFC. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And he fought Kenny. What was Kenny's name? Fucking
Kenny Florian.
Kenny Florian.
Yeah,
man, that dude's he's good too, and his stand up is good too.
He's from City Talking Boston, isn't he?
Yeah, dude. I sparred with him, and he beat me up. The fucking lefty. Like his stand up is good, dude. Anyways, so he talked all that smack and got in the UFC from talking smack. Why would you ever quit?
Yeah, that's your moneymaker if you're that good at it.
Never gonna quit. It worked for him. So. Anyways,
well, all I can say is I didn't know there was anything going on until K1 in Los Angeles, the last K1 event in the U.S. Did he see you smiling in the background?
Nah, I remember. I was laughing. I thought it
was reffing you guys.
Yeah, I love Knockbeat, dude.
Yeah, it was my mentor.
I had big red handprints on my back from him saying, break. So many times, dude. I loved it. Okay, I'll break.
Yeah. He's, it was always funny. That's kind of like the person who got me tied in with a lot of these people. Because when they were doing their promotion, I'd be the one that pick you guys up, or, me and my friend Roy, Dan, like anybody that was working for him, we'd pick you guys up and drive you around.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
It was just the way it went. But kind of going through it and fast forward into that, you've been around American Muay Thai. You create a lot of, I'd say influential people, and you've been involved with a lot of influential people. I think one of the most recent, Sammy Mungunya.
Yeah.
Who's he was your protege for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. When I moved to Houston, I met Sammy because I was coaching the USA team in the World Championships, and I met him in Thailand. And then I came to Houston to visit my mother, and I knew Sammy was here, so I hit him up and I said, I'm in Houston, you want to train? He said, yes. I started training him. And he went to a super Thai school, Thai style, Thai guy who now has a Thai restaurant. You know what they used to do in Thailand? You want to learn to kick? Kick. Go kick. Kick. And I'll show you like why.
What? Yeah.
How do you block, or just block, man? What the fuck,
It's like saying, what do you mean you can't hit a baseball with a baseball bat? You're American. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was just like that. So he had like the cardio and the skills and the desire, but he didn't know why. Like, why are you blocking it? And what would he do after that? So when I came in, it kind of clicked. So he had all this stuff, and I would be like, "Why did you throw that?" And it was all, "I don't know." He figured it out. Like I said, "Look, do this and this when someone does this, and this is the reason we do this," and we clicked. And he won 27 fights in a row, I think. In 1 year, he fought 27 times in 1 year.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at every tournament with his freaking green headgear.
He won every tournament, dude, in America 1 year. Because we just clicked, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, and you know, he kind of and I've had him here on the podcast as well. For anybody that's listening or watching, go look it back. And he has his gym over there and stuff now too. But no, because he goes to your smokers and stuff like that, brings people there and everything.
No, for sure.
Super cool to see. And then, going back, obviously the layer of the UFC and how many people you've been involved. Because what was the place? Is it Tough Training Center? What was it? Tap Out Training Center?
Tap Out. I worked at Tap Out Training Center when it was there in Las Vegas.
Yes.
I worked at Robert Drysdale's, and then I worked at Zions Training Center before they ripped everybody off. It's a whole deal. I worked at all those places in Vegas. I trained a lot of the guys that train at Couture's would come to me for stand up and then go to Couture's for, training partners and stuff like that. Because that's how Vegas is. You just bounce from gym to gym. You're not like loyal to somebody, or it's not like that. So I trained a lot of those guys too.
Yeah, and kind of going prior, obviously Kevin Ross with the famous fight it's the first ever WBC Muay Thai diamond belt.
Yeah.
Went 5 rounds with Saenchai. That shit was wild.
And it was a split decision. And, it was this close, dude. It was this close. That knockdown that happened at the time when you're all hyped up, I was like, that wasn't a knockdown. There's no way. I don't know why they counted. Fucking bullshit. And then I went and watched the tape. Oh, that's the knockdown. Yeah, that was the knockdown. Yeah.
That's like what any good coach would do. You're always going to vouch for your guy.
Well, I didn't think it was a knockdown because what Kevin was doing was he was rolling the high kicks. Like the kick would come and he would roll it with his head like a boxing guy. And in between rounds, I go, bro, stop fucking rolling that kick, dude. What are you doing? Block it or move, right? And he goes, dude, I can't see it. He could not see Saenchai's kick until it was right here.
Oh, fuck.
So then he fucking rolled it, right?
Yeah, okay, I gotta eat this somehow.
So I learned a lot from that fight, from Saenchai too, on how to throw high kicks. And I knew this before, but it kind of
clicked.
Yeah, kind of the way, because what people do, the way you see a high kick is you kick from too far out. And when you kick closer, you can't see it because all your hands being up and everything like this.
Yeah, it's in the way.
And then, too late, Yeah, I learned a lot from that. Saenchai don't like me either, man.
No?
Dude, so later, after that fight, I went to Thailand and we went to Lumpini, the new Lumpini with that ring announcer dude. He's on soap operas and stuff. What's his name?
It's Matt Dean.
Matt Dean.
Yeah.
So he took us in and we were hanging out with Saenchai. And I told him, tell him in Thai that I trained Kevin for the fight. Saenchai, smiley, right? Yeah, this is Kevin Ross's trainer when he fought you. And Saenchai went and like shook my hand. I was like, what, bro? What? Sorry, I game planned against you, bro. What the fuck,
For all you know, you might have just been fucking with you too.
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. But it doesn't matter. Look,
yeah,
Kevin, we tried to work on hitting the body, and at that show, to get to the dressing room, there was those flight of stairs in the back, 2 flights of stairs, right?
I remember.
They carried Saenchai down those stairs because his body hurt.
I did know that they put him on their back. Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah,
I saw that too. And it was like, dude, you got 300 and something fights and they had to carry you down. Man, Kevin did good, dude. Kevin did
Yeah.
good. I mean,
Well, and it was like, because that was the upper, it was at 142 or 143, right? Or was that 140?
yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, something. I have to go look it up. But
Yeah.
for me, I fought in the undercard of that fight, but I don't remember much of the fight because I had fucking 2 black eyes and concussion. So we'll leave it.
Dude. Oh. Well, yeah.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
I've talked about that a bit here. Some of the lack of training lead up into that for myself, but it's personal shit.
And that
But
too.
yeah, I think everybody has, right?
We've all done that, yeah.
Well, so kind of going back, let's go back to like how you guys, like you said, you were at Master Toddy's. You're a pro fighter. You were fighting.
Yeah.
You were doing all this stuff. So like, when did you end up fighting in Muay Thai? How did you get involved in Muay Thai so much? From like this no holds bar place to
Well, when I moved to Los Angeles, so when jiu-jitsu first got here to the United States, all the Brazilian guys wanted to be by the water. So they moved to California and like Florida and where there's beaches, right?
Yeah.
So we did all these jiu-jitsu tournaments and everything. And we always had to go to California. So my brother lived in California and I was like, fuck it, I'm moving to California. And I moved to LA. And I was a Machado guy at the time. So I went to a Machado jiu-jitsu school so I could keep doing jiu-jitsu. And it was, dude, it was like real Brazilian lazy, bro. Like I was training with Lovato and I was on these guys' asses and I shouldn't have been, but I was. And I was like, dude, I want to fight. I want to fight.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, go train. And that's it. It was just like, that's what the classes were. They were like, go train. And it was just like a bunch of guys getting together and rolling together. It wasn't like no structure, no nothing. So anyway, I drove around. I said, I need to do some stand up too. I was hitting a bag at a gym one time. I met this dude and he was like, hey, have you ever heard of Brian Popejoy? And I'm like, no, I just moved there, right? And I went to Popejoy's gym and trained a little bit and told him, I said, look, man, I want to fight. And he goes, well, let's see what you got. And he beat the crap out of me. And then he was like, yeah, I think we could do something with you. And then I started training Muay Thai because the jiu-jitsu was lame, dude. So that was it.
Yeah. And for those that just, to give some context, Brian Popejoy, Boxing Works, Trent Jantaj, Jackie Bontan, he's very high level coach now. Like he was then too, but now he's this. He has his end products are on full display for the world.
Right? He knows more about Muay Thai, real Muay Thai, than I think anyone I've met. Probably him and a couple other people, maybe, in the whole United States, dude.
Well, it's what's funny is it's 2 Brians. It's Brian Dobler and
Brian Dobler. Yeah. Brian Popejoy.
So
yeah.
They're about people who've like developed, some pretty cool product out of it, for fighting out of their gym and stuff.
For sure.
So you got hooked up with Popejoy.
Mm-hmm.
What year was this?
Bro, I don't remember. Last week, bro. I don't know.
Late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, early 2000s. Had to be early 2000s. 2002, 2001. Oh.
So you got connected with Popejoy, started training. Did you do some smokers? Like, what happened?
I did 20 smokers in a row, 20 Saturdays in a row.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not kidding. And I lost one. I fought a dude that I was fighting at 55. He was 75, and I was like, I don't care, let's go. And I mean, I think he was better than me anyway, but still, I lost one, and then that's it. And then I started fighting those Voot shows. Remember Voot?
Voot Kenmark, yes, I do know who Voot is. The freaking traveling circus of Muay Thai. That guy went everywhere.
Yeah. So I did a bunch of Voot shows, and Dennis Warner was around still back then too.
Obviously, yeah.
Did Dennis Warner shows, and then I moved to Vegas because I went out there. They said, do you want to teach? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'll go out there and see if I can help these guys. But if I can't help them, I'm not doing it, you know? And I went out there and I saw these dudes that are like in the UFC. Bro, I was like, yeah, I could help these guys. Their stand up was bad. I mean, not all of them, but their heart was there, but their stand up wasn't there. So I said, yeah, I think I could help them. And then I moved to Vegas. What was that?
And when you moved to Vegas, how did you end up getting involved at Toddy's?
Hold on a second. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, we're back. So how did you get involved at Toddy's?
So I had a little tiny gym that I was teaching at, and it was a super small gym, but I had Andre Arlovsky, fucking Forrest Griffin, fucking Randy Couture, fucking Frank Mir, fucking all these guys came and trained with us. But I wanted to do stand up. So I don't know how I met Kevin. I think I went to Toddy's just to try a class. And I was doing stuff, and Master Toddy's like old school too. He's a really good coach, dude. I don't care what anybody says about that dude. He's a fucking G coach, dude.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you go spar. And I went and sparred with Kevin. And we used to throw on each other, dude. We used to fucking be idiots, right? Bomb on each other. And Kevin was on my ass until I clinched him back in those days. And because I worked with Popejoy, I like the clinch, right? And then I was like, oh, I need to train with him. And then that's where I hooked up with Kevin. I started training at Master Toddy's, and he would come to my gym, and we would just bomb on each other too much. And we figured out that's dumb and stopped doing that so much, you know?
Yeah.
And then me and Kevin and then Chaz came in. We used to beat up Chaz, and then he used to get mad, dude. And then all of a sudden he started beating us up, and I'm like, this is bullshit, bro. Chaz used to beat, dude, that dude kicks hard, bro.
Yeah. Well, then there's also, was it Sean Yarborough?
Sean Yarborough was there, dude. Yeah, dude. Have you ever seen his fists?
Fucking big hand, man.
They're this big, dude. His fist is that big, dude.
Big fist in the glove. I remember that.
That dude, his speed and his athleticism. Yeah, he's really good too.
So the whole Vegas scene, all that, man, like to see that all kind of turn to what it was, because for those that don't know, you know, Toddy had those Fight Girls that was on like Oxygen Network or something like that.
Yeah,
he got a lot of like interesting, different marketing things on top of, like you were saying, his coaching stuff. I've seen his instructional stuff. I've seen this, like, I've trained with people that have trained with him as like apprentice and stuff like that. His whole program that he did. And the guy had a lot of really good knowledge, great drills, great understanding of fundamentals and stuff like that, and kind of what it takes to get into the ring and, you know, do damage and win. So,
dude, when he was not working so much, but he was out there yelling at me and Kevin, we were the sharpest I've ever been. Period, dude. Like, he's a good coach, man. If he gets out there and like wants to coach you, he's a good coach. He's a weird dude, but so are we all. So
yeah, everybody's got their quirks, right?
Yeah, but he's a good coach.
Okay. So now that you're, you know, kind of fast forwarding a bit, you know, back when you were at Toddy's, that's when I did a smoker out there, and it was like what they call it, Rising Stars, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jason Andrada,
yeah.
So it's funny because I actually fought one of Bob Carmel's guys at it, Sean.
Oh, really?
You know, I know you've officiated in Arizona. Sean, he's one of the inspectors and stuff like that's out here. But me and him fought, and it's funny.
Yeah, you're in Arizona now, huh?
Yeah, the
where at?
Deep Studios in Scottsdale, baby.
Scottsdale?
Yeah.
So you have a gym out there now too?
No gym out here. When I'm here, I train with Bob and them over at Golden Era. Yeah,
I love Bob.
Yeah,
Bob's like old school. He's like my style. We talk a lot of shit. Fucking talk about a lot of shit about idiot people. I love that dude, man.
You know, I've had him here in the studio a couple of times because that guy's like, you know, he's lost to a dying breed, bro. You seen him?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, for sure.
So kind of, and then it's funny because, like, you know, I ended up fighting, you know, Nick out here in Arizona. That's kind of like, I met Bob a couple of times. That's like when I really met Bob.
Right.
so I fought against Nick. Then I'm training with him and his brother. You know, they're both coaches at the gym. So it's kind of like funny. People trip out. They're like, "Oh, how'd you end up here?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I trained you when I'm in town." Blah blah. Like, "Oh, how'd you meet them?" I'm like, "Oh, I work for Bob." Like, it's like, "Oh, but he said he known you a long time." "Oh, I fought Nick a long time ago." Like, "Oh, how'd that go?" I'm like, "He whooped my ass, man."
Oh yeah. Hey, it happens, too.
Yeah. Hey, that was. Nick is a fucking beast. That's all I
Yeah,
can say. So, you know, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. But
I know.
uh,
I've been both. Yeah.
yeah, same here.
And if you haven't fought enough. You'll meet him one day. That's just it. Who cares? It's part of it. Who cares?
For me, I like fighting. For me, the whole purpose for me fighting wasn't to be like, I want to be fucking champion. It's like I want to fight as much as I can. So I never said no to a fight. Yeah, put me in. Who am I fighting?
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
It's that's how you stay active. Like you were talking about doing 20 smoker weekends in a row.
Let's go.
That's insane.
20 something. Yeah, it was like 6 months every Saturday. Let's go.
That's how everybody used to do it, though. So I came in at like the end of that era when they started banning smokers in California.
Yeah. I mean, we used to do smokers. I'm talking about, I knocked people out, dude. Sleep.
Yeah, there were fights. It was,
And there was judges, and you won and you lost, and they were like, it was fucking go. It wasn't no sparring. It was go time.
No.
Yeah.
So now that you're kind of, you know, involved with, you know, you have your gym.
Yep.
You obviously have a pretty big, I mean, you wrote a book. I liked your, is it the Beecherisms?
Yeah, it's shit talking. It's just a whole book of shit talking. That's it.
It's like a bunch of one-liners on one page,
Yeah.
right?
Every page is just a one.
Do you still have copies?
Probably like, man, 1 or 2. It was a while back.
Dude, you should put that shit up on like Amazon or something like that.
And I'd probably make some more. I could probably make another one.
Yeah, this is the thing I always trip out on, man. There's always like a disconnect I think COVID really fucked it up for people too, with this disconnect from people like you that have been in the sport so freaking long, and then people who are newer who should know who you are, who the Eric Haycrafts are, right?
Yeah.
Because without people like you, we wouldn't have had a lot of the fights we had around opportunities. You know, and it's one of the reasons I want to bring you on here is like,
Dude, I helped petition to make MMA legal in California.
yo, you're a part of that.
Yeah, because before it was legal in California, that fight that I have on YouTube, that MMA fight, it's in TJ.
Oh,
So we had to go to TJ to fight MMA because it wasn't legal in California. Yeah. And the UFC also helped. They wanted to go to California and they're, oh, we're going to make money. Okay, great.
you know, I was talking to this guy. He's on Instagram. It's Tap Out Truth. He talked about it is called like Kaiju MMA or not Kaiju. What was it?
Kaiju?
Not Kaiju. Oh man, what is his name? I'll send it to you. But he was the person. I guess he was doing MMA fights like before it was sanctioned, and I guess the Athletic Commission in California was trying to say that jiu-jitsu and judo was under the term full contact since a choke is full contact. And we're trying to say it had to be regulated by CSAC.
Bro.
And so I think it was probably around the time where you're saying you helped petition for this stuff for MMA to be legalized.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of MMA being legalized, you hear about it? They're trying to do like the MMA fighters pension.
Which is what?
So there's a pension supposed to be like anytime you fight, a promoter pays these fees to the commission.
Okay.
Your fight purse, tickets. They put a percentage towards this pension fund that you're supposed to get when you retire. Right?
They ain't going to do that. The Athletic Commission is going to just steal the money and just take the money because these guys act like, first of all, they act like they're your fucking boss when they're in there. They're telling you what to do and talking down to you. Like in Nevada, they're cool because they do it all the time, you know? We're all cool. We say hi to each other and shit. Anyways, and then they don't care about you or your health or, oh, you have to do this. You care about enforcing rules and making money. They don't care about your health or your brain or nothing like that. And I hate it when they say that we're just doing that to save your friend. No, you're not. You're doing this to just regulate and make money, dude. That's it.
Well, you know, to kind of unwrap that, making money, because that's what the regulation, that's why it comes into that, right? Because it's a way for a state to make money through, you know, in California, it's the Department of Consumer Affairs that the Athletic Commission is under. It's taxes, it's tax money, right? Salary, You can see what they get paid online, all that stuff through Transparent California. And when it comes into regulations, unwrapping the rules, there is a lot of stuff that is done for the safety of the fighters. But for me, when it comes into the boxers pension fund or like the MMA pensions fund, like let's just look at how government's running right now. It's bloated, right? Not saying they're going to go blow that money, but somebody's going to. They're going to go, oh, look at this money. We can just loan from it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll pay it back. I promise, bro.
I mean, what do they use our tax money for now? To pay all these fucking people who have $5 million houses have $4 or $5 million houses who make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Well,
yeah, we're not stupid, dude.
No. Well, here's the thing. This is where it gets trickier. Is
right.
the boxers pension fund at one point disappeared.
Oh, that's not surprising, dude. How dirty boxing is.
They never found it.
Of course not.
And at the time, there was an attorney general, who shall not be named, you guys can look this up, who was being tried for illegal arms trades of ballistic missiles between state lines.
What?
I wonder where they got that money from, bro.
What?
The billions of dollars that disappeared. I wonder what happened.
Bro.
Okay, so to kind of wipe the slate.
You want to go conspiracy a little bit? Just for half a second?
I'm happy.
It's a whole different subject.
Wait, check this out. One sec.
Okay, let's go.
Check this out.
Is it a conspiracy shirt? You have a shirt that says conspiracy theories? What does it say? I can't read it. It's most likely a psyop.
There you go. I mean, so just kind of, I heard it's a little chilly, but
yeah. Here's a conspiracy theory for all of you fucking idiots that took that shot that they were trying to make everybody get. I heard off of a rumor, is why I didn't put a bunch of money. Well, I don't have a bunch of money, but anyways, I heard off of a rumor that Pfizer was going to buy this corporation called Biohaven. So I dropped $2,000, bought some Biohaven just off of a rumor, right? Mm. It's up 233.3% because this is what they're saying, because Pfizer bought them because they know that shot is going to cause cancer. Guess what Biohaven does? It's a cancer research facility. So they're not only going to make money off of the drug that they gave everybody that's going to give them cancer. Now they're going to make money off of trying to cure the shit that they just gave you. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I wish I had $1 million to put in there. Then it would be fucking 200 million. But I don't have it. No, what could I
do? Talking about this stuff, like I have a family member who's getting some medical treatment, and they asked them. So, while filling out forms, this is say for MRI, they asked if I was vaccinated from COVID, and when and what arms. Why would they want to know that when you're getting an MRI?
And what arm?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was literally just this morning. I got that text message. So, I have no words to go behind it. That's just do with that what you will. But for me, I just try to be really real and just like, hey, these are things you have to look at everything in order to understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So some of it's true, some of it's not.
But we don't have access to everything is the problem. We're just regular people. We don't have the access to everything.
No.
Or else we would know, It
would be great. Well, to get back on track with this.
Let's go back. Yeah.
Let's go back on track. Where are we at?
I can talk about that shit all day. I got way more. Come on.
Man, all day. So now that we're, you've gone through, you're working like with MMA like you said, you're going for simulations and stuff like that. And you saw the evolution of the sport, involved with the athletes that are involved with the evolution of the sport, coaching them, fighting, Muay Thai. What's next for you, man?
Man, dude, I tell you the truth. I didn't learn until it was too late. The only way to make money at this stuff is to have your own business. And I finally opened my own business. And it's been 5 years. and I made a little money. I mean, not a lot, but 10 times more than what they were paying me per class. We'll give you so much money per class. And then they make all the money, right? I got fucked for so long from so many other gym owners. And it's not their fault. It's my fault for agreeing to the fucking contract, right? And not only that, a bunch of fighters screwed me out of a bunch of money. And that I'm going to do this 5 more years. If I can keep helping people, I will. And then I'm done. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Costa Rica or something and sit on the beach. And that's it.
What Thailand, bro?
I know, man, but I don't know. I want to go. I don't know where.
You're going to go be an expat somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere that's cheaper than this fucking $8 for a loaf of bread. We're gonna vote for this stupid bitch again. You're retarded. You know what I mean? Fucking retards. Anyways,
dude, go look at my Instagram story today. It's very funny. So in the office where my podcast studio is at, the one next door to it, it's very. We got both political parties in office here. So the guy next to me works for like I don't know what he does, but I come in today and said, I'm counting on you for your early vote, and it's a picture of Donald Trump.
Okay.
Put in the window, and like it's very much against to like put anything in your window here. So he's kind of like being cheeky. But what it is on the other side of the office, there's the Arizona Democratic Party call center that they set up.
Oh, so we put that in there so they could see it.
Yeah.
I like that guy. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So, but it's very interesting to kind of be here in Arizona this time, because there's a lot of people like me that are fleeing California because of the problems. Like I talked to the Chamber of Commerce here in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you not in California full time with your businesses? And I said, well, this is very business unfriendly. I get treated like I'm the provider for everybody, but then I can't provide for myself.
Because that's how it works.
Oh, yeah.
That's how California works.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, here you go. Like, yeah, you just deploy capital. Yeah, it's with what?
Yeah, I know.
With what? So it's been a very interesting thing, but I can understand the wanting to be an expat, go somewhere, live with cost less, have your savings, whatever it is that you go from it. But man, I've been digging this conversation. We gotta do it again sometime, man.
Yeah, I'm down, dude. And we could talk conspiracy theories. I got a bunch of them. But the thing about conspiracy theories is they've all been true. So what the fuck?
Hey, not all of them yet, because if they were.
Not all of them yet.
Yeah.
But everyone so far. Anyways. Yeah, this is good, dude.
Yeah.
I have fun talking shit. I mean, my podcast is called Talking Shit with Beecher. I mean, come on, let's go.
How can people find Mark Beecher?
Dude, I mean, everywhere. It's mostly Mark Hyena. If you look up Mark Hyena wherever, and I have a podcast on YouTube that's Talking Shit with Beecher. I've had, Damian Alamos and Dorian Price and
those are cool.
Liam Harrison and all kinds of people on there. Yeah, regular people on there too. Yeah. But come check that out on YouTube. And that's it. Come to Katy. It's outside of Houston. Come train. You can do that too.
Hyena Muay Thai, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll make sure to put it down in the show notes. Mark, thanks for coming in today, man. If you're listening out there, make sure to go check out Mark. Follow him on Instagram. I'll put the link down in the show notes. If you're watching on YouTube, down below. Go check out his channel. Subscribe. Mark, you have a great day, man.
Thanks, bro.
All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast. If you enjoy the content, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Give us a rating. It means the world to us. Also, if you want to be a guest on the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast, or if you just want to shout out to your friend, go check us out at podcast.puumuaythai.com. You can submit to be able to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit what you want to talk about. Also, if you want to just give a shout out, there's a button for that too. Sawadee Kop.